Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. This video is going to be different from all my other tutorials in that it's meant for a specific person who is still trying to figure out makeup herself. It's for my boyfriend's little sister. Her prom is coming up this weekend. It's a little late for most of you guys, but anyways, moving right along. I do know that this video is very long and I'm probably going to be splitting it into two parts, but it's still going to be pretty long. The reason for that is that since this is for somebody in particular, I really wanted to make sure that I thoroughly explained each step and demonstrating the blending, how to do the blush, the bronzer, and so forth. I don't usually do these steps in my normal tutorials because they're just so time consuming, and even though I'm demonstrating these steps more meticulously, it really is practice that helps you perfect your skills. No matter how good a tutorial is, you really need to practice your skills to get better. So that's why I usually do not include these steps in my other tutorials. But since I couldn't actually be there to do Susie's makeup, I put together this tutorial. I do have a picture tutorial as well on my blog, and I just really want to be as helpful as possible. Again, I know this is long, don't expect this for my other tutorials. I think most people have a very short attention span anyway, so they probably don't want to watch a 40-minute long video or however long this video is going to be. If you want to stick around for the look and you don't want to watch the whole video, again, go to my blog and there's a picture tutorial available. And what this look is just a green and silver look to match her dress. This is the kind of look that she requested, and there's a little bit of black to deepen the crease. Okay, so enough talking, let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is put on an eyeshadow primer. I'm using the one by Urban Decay, and it's important to put this all over your eye. Put it all the way up to your eyebrow, and then out just a little bit because we're going to put eyeshadow out there, and the inner corner of the eye, and a little bit under the eye in the lower lash line. Next, I'm going to use a cream eyeshadow. This is just a pencil, and I'm going to put it on the lid. Okay, so after that's done, you need to blend it out, otherwise the eyeshadow is going to crease. So you can just use your finger again and just blend that out like that. You're not going to see much of the color left, but it's going to be okay. You just need something sticky to make the green more vibrant. You're going to take an eyeshadow brush and a green eyeshadow, and you're going to put this over the green eyeshadow, or the cream eyeshadow we just used. So just pat it on like that. And you want to make sure the green gets into the lash line too. So to do that, put the brush kind of upside down and place the eyeshadow this way. Next, you're going to take a blending brush and a silver. You're going to blend this over the green. You're going to start out in the outer corner because that's where you want most of the color, and then gently blend it inwards. So we're starting right here, just patting some of the color down, and then moving it towards the inner corner. And then just blend the tops of it, top of the silver, so it doesn't look so harsh. Either going to take a small brush like this or a Q-tip. You're going to go back into the silver. You want to blend it just a little bit into the inner corner of the eye. and into the tear duct. So right here. We're also going to go down just a little bit. I'm taking the green eyeshadow again. And we're going underneath the eye, in the middle, and place it in the middle third of the lash line. You're going to take a pencil brush and then go get a black color. You're going to take this black eyeshadow and put it on the outer V of the eye. Put it on the outer V, and this will put more shadows in your eyes so it looks bigger, a little bit more depth. So I'm going to start on the bottom, just putting a little bit onto the lash line. I'm going to work my way up just a little bit. Start with just a little bit, go slow, and blend that inward just a little bit. Don't go any further than halfway. Using the same brush, take the black eyeshadow into the lower lash line so you can meet the green that's on the bottom. Taking some more green eyeshadow, you're going to reapply it on your eyelid, because when we did all that blending, some of the green came off, so we're just going to put a little bit more back on. You don't want to cover the silver or the black, so we're just going to focus on the inner half. Next, take an eyeshadow that is matte with no shimmer, and it has to be just a little bit lighter than your skin tone. So a little bit lighter than your skin color. And we're just going to put it above where the silver is and under the eyebrow. So I'm going to start by patting the color on first, and then blending it. Just take some wet paper, tissue, and just wipe away all the eyeshadow that fell on your face. Next, take a creamy black eyeliner, and you're going to put it in your upper waterline and your lower waterline. If you have too much trouble doing the upper waterline, do the bottom first. And then blink really hard to transfer the black onto the top. But if you can line the black waterline, go ahead and do that. Or the upper waterline. Okay? You're going to take the same eyeliner and then line your upper and lower lash lines. Keep as close to the lash line as you can, because you don't want too much black to overpower the look. You can make the outer corner just a little bit thicker. Line the lower lash line, but only go about halfway. To make the eyeliner look more natural and to keep it in place longer, take a angled eyeliner brush and a black matte eyeshadow, so a black eyeshadow with no shimmer. Just go over where the eyeliner is Don't put this in the waterline. Just the upper and lower lashes, or lash line. Next, you want to curl your eyelashes. Curl your eyelashes 3 times. 1 time at the very base, 1 time at the middle, and 1 time at the tips. That way your eyelashes will curl more naturally. Next, coat your eyelashes with waterproof mascara. It's important to use waterproof mascara because when you dance all night, you're going to get sweaty and it might smudge. Also, waterproof mascara holds the curls a lot better than non-waterproof mascara. So do the top lashes and don't forget the bottom. Okay, so for the face, if you have oily skin, make sure you use a toner before putting on any face products. If you have dry skin, make sure you put on a moisturizer and let it sit for about 10-15 minutes before you do your face makeup. First thing you want to do is to use a primer. Primer is very important because you want your face makeup to last all night, especially if you're going to be sweating a lot. So I'm just going to apply this all over my face. Next, put on your foundation, and you can just use your fingers. If you do, make sure your fingers are clean and make sure you spread the foundation on evenly so there's not any blotchiness. So when you're doing your foundation, make sure you blend it evenly around your mouth and into your neck. Next thing you want to do is use concealer. You want to conceal any parts that are still red and blotchy. Usually that area is around your nose, and of course any spots that are on your face. Make sure to only put a very thin layer. You also want to make sure you conceal under your eyes. Again, use a very thin layer because the area under your eyes creases very easily. So I should also mention that your foundation, your concealer, and your setting powder should not have any higher than SPF 15, because when you take your prom pictures, if the SPF is too high, your face will look really white. So make sure your foundation has no SPF or very little SPF. Next step is very, very important. You need to take a setting powder of some sort. It can be either a loose powder or a pressed powder. You just need to put this over your foundation and your concealer so that the concealer does not crease and so that your foundation does not melt off. I'm using a brush like this. You really want to get the areas where you put down concealer. And of course your T-zone. That's where you get the most oil. Don't forget to blend down your neck as well. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fill in my eyebrows. Now it's important to do it right because your eyebrows frame your face, they frame your eyes, and it doesn't matter how good the rest of your makeup is. If your eyebrows don't look right, then it doesn't complete the look. So I saved the eyebrows for later, and I didn't do my eyebrows right after doing my eye makeup because I wanted to put my foundation on first. So I'm just going to take some eyebrow gel that I have. You can use anything that you have, and just lightly fill in the brows. Just use short strokes. Start off light, and if you feel like you have to go darker, then put a little bit more. Next, I'm going to take a small contour brush and a bronzer, and I'm just going to do a little bit of contour. So what contouring is, it's basically you're shaping the face a little bit. Just putting it around the outsides of your face and a little bit into right under your cheekbone, and that just gives your face a little bit more dimension. It's optional, you don't have to do it, but it puts a little bit more color on your face. So I'm going to start by the ear. If you don't know where under your cheekbone is, just do the fishy face. And you see it right here. Or you can just feel your face and see this is where your bone is, and just do some bronzer right under it. You can also bring it under your jaw. Suzie, you have a pretty angled face, so you don't really have to do this. My face is rounder, so I put a little bit of bronzer right under my chin to make it look less round. Just put a little bit on your forehead. Just on your temples, and make sure you blend this well into your hairline. I'm just going to use a little bit of blush for color, because you don't need too much, because when you're dancing you're going to get all flushed anyway. So I'm just using very light pink blush, something very light. And you're just going to put on the apples of the cheeks right above where you put the bronzer. Don't put it too close to your nose, or it looks like you have acne or something like that. Most of the color should be right here on the apples, and then you just blend it back and blend it up a little bit. Same for the other side. Next, you're going to use a little bit of highlighter. Now what highlighter does, it's basically something that's a little bit shimmery that goes on your face. You put it where the sun would naturally hit and reflect. So you want the points, it's where you put highlighter on the points of your face where you want to pop out. So naturally you want it on your nose, just a little bit on your nose, right over where you put the blush, a little bit right above the brows, and you can just put a little bit over your cupid's bow. Not too much, you don't want to look like a disco ball. There's already going to be a disco ball at prom probably, so you don't need to take its place. On the bridge, a little bit above your eyebrows, and just use your finger and put a little bit above your cupid's bow. And that makes your lips stand out a little bit more. Now, you don't have to wear lipstick, but if you do choose to, choose something that's very light pink without too much shimmer. This is just a creamy, light pink color. Pretty much a pinky nude. And you're going to put this on your lips as you normally would. after you put on the lip color the first time, just take a piece of tissue and blot it. This will take away the extra lipstick. Just do it very lightly. And then you're going to reapply the lipstick. This time lightly though. Blot your lips one more time. I guess that's technically 2 more times. And you can either leave it at that, or you can put a lip gloss on top of it. I'm going to use a lip gloss. Use something that's a similar color to your lipstick or your lip color. And I'm not going to put it over my lips entirely, I'm just going to put it in the middle of my lips. And that makes your lips stand out more. Whatever lipstick or lip gloss you use, make sure you throw these in your purse so that you can touch up during the dance or during the dinner, because lip color is usually the first to come off.